Okay, so this has been a long time coming. One of the first videos that did really well at all on this channel was a video about this. This is the Skull & Co. Grip Case Lite. And if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you probably know that for the Switch Lite, this is my favorite grip. I always said they should really change the one they have for the regular Switch to be like this one, and I guess they finally heard me because today we're taking a look at this. And this is the Grip Case Crystal by Skull & Co. What's up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome in for the first time. If you are new here, do me a favor, go down in the description and click the link to our Discord. We're in there every day talking about all kinds of things, so make sure you click that link and I will see you guys in there after this video. So as I said, this grip here has been my favorite grip for a long time. I've done a lot of videos on grips and a lot of things like that on this channel. It's kind of how I started this channel. Well, sort of. Anyway, I've seen a lot of grips. This one's my favorite. So I was really hoping that they would do something for the Switch, and they have. And for the most part, it's pretty much exactly what you think it is. These two things do not have a lot of differences, but there are some, and we are gonna go over all of them in this video. This does have one thing that I'm not extremely happy with. First, let's go ahead and go over what this thing comes with. And really quickly, you can get this thing with a case. It does come optional with a new version of the Max Carry case, which is pretty much basically the same exact thing as the old one. The only difference is it's a little bit wider to fit these wider grips. As you can see in here, it's got the same flap on the top. Everything in here is pretty much the same. The only thing they did change is the zippers used to be blue and red, kind of like the original Switch Joy-Con, but they did change them to this maroon color, just like the Switch Lite version. So it does come with a version of all three of the same grips that the Lite version comes with. You're gonna get the trigger grip, I think this is the plus grip, and the snap grip. Now, as I said, these are a version of those. They're not the same. They're all a little bit bigger. So no, you're not gonna be able to use the Lite version on the regular version or vice versa. They just do not fit. And if you are wondering, yes, you can get these grips sold separately in all the colors that the Joy-Cons come in, just like the old style of the grip. So you don't have to worry about that. If you've got Joy-Cons that you change in and out and you want your case to match, it's very easy to just pick up a new set of these to match all those. And obviously, it's very nice that you don't have to buy the entire package just to get a different color of the grips. Now, being that they are a different size, I have noticed that I use a completely different grip on the regular Switch than I was using on the Lite. On the Lite, I was using the plus grips, pretty much exclusively. That's all I use. Now, I put these on here just to kind of show you what it looks like with them on, but I've actually been using the snap grips mostly. They are actually a lot bigger than the ones that come with the Lite, so there's a ton more to grab onto there. And for me, it's plenty. And another good thing about these grips is not only do you have a lot to hold on to, but just as an example, this with these smaller grips on will fit in the TomTalk Slim case with absolutely no problem. This is the way I've been carrying it around. I haven't been using the bigger ones. They are fine, especially for people who have bigger hands. They're great. And honestly, if you have smaller hands, they're still gonna be fine. It's really just which ones you like. And the good thing about it is it comes with all of them, so you get to try them all out and figure out which one's right for you. I mean, if you want, you could technically use, you know, the plus grip on one side and the snap grip on the other if you really wanted to. Now, just like the Max Carry case, the actual TPU part of this case is pretty much identical. There are some differences and we'll go over those, but if you do want to know a little bit more in depth about what's going on with these things, I do have videos on a lot of Skull & Co stuff, which I'll go ahead and link here, and I'll link a few of them at the end of the video as well. But as I said, this part here is very, very close to the same. Now, it is slightly thinner than the Switch Lite version, I think, which is a good thing and a bad thing, which we'll get into soon. One thing I do want to mention that is different is the button covers on these are completely clear. On the Switch Lite version, they were kind of like a frosted look, and these ones actually are a little bit easier to use. Not that these ones aren't, because they were fine, but I did notice on the L and R buttons on the Switch Lite version, I did kind of have to break them in a little bit because they weren't really pressing the buttons exactly how I wanted them to. These worked right out of the box with absolutely no issue whatsoever. Another slight issue I have with the Switch Lite version is when I hit the power button, it would also hit the volume down button, which, you know, not that big of a deal. So like I said, being a little bit thinner, they have been able to fix some of those smaller issues like that. But the main reason that this is thinner is because this case is just like the old version. it is dockable. Now, as you know, if you see my other videos, I don't recommend docking your Switch with a case on it. Now, it's not just because it can scratch your screen, it's just really more because you're insulating more heat inside of this thing, and it's just not meant to do that. So I don't do it, but I know some people do, and it's totally fine if you do. It's your decision. But I will say, for all the dockable cases that I have tried to put into my dock, this one fits absolutely perfectly. I have never seen a dockable case actually slide into the dock without any resistance whatsoever. Now, you do have to put it in exactly right for that to happen. If you have one side up or down or anything like that, you're definitely gonna catch, but if you put it in there right, there's absolutely no resistance. It really did surprise me, honestly. So they have clearly put a lot of thought into why this thing is thinner and how it's going to work, especially with the dock and the buttons and everything else. There has been clearly a lot of work that has gone into the design of this thing. But being thinner, it does have one flaw, and that's also kind of the reason I like using these grips, because it hides that flaw a little bit more, and I'm gonna show you. Unlike the light version of this case, this one is just a little bit too loose. I think that's because it's thinner, but if you see here, it is very, very loose on the sides. You do have to watch. If you hold it by the side here, I mean, you know, it's not going to fall out if you're just holding it here, but I mean, it does have the potential to do so. It does slide out very easy. One thing I really liked about the Switch Lite version is how tight it actually fit in there once you got the Switch Lite in. And it wasn't very hard to get on and off either. I did reach out to them and ask them about this, and they said this is the way it is supposed to be designed, because I was worried that it might have been a factory issue or something like that, but it's not. And I do have to admit, I didn't like that at all at first. I was really upset with the way that it worked at first. But now that I'm used to it, it really doesn't bother me that much. Honestly, when you're playing, you don't even notice it. It's really just when you're holding it, like I said, by one of the bigger grips on one side, you can really feel it start to try to, you know, pull itself off there. With the smaller grips, it doesn't happen at all. So obviously, like I said, not only does it fit in my smaller cases and just pop right into my backpack, it also makes the grip feel tighter. So that's another reason I really like these ones. And like I said, some people may not even care about that. It is easier to get on and off. It does fit in the dock very well. So I do understand there was a little bit of give and take with this. So while I was really upset with it being that loose at first, I'm not that upset about it now, but I did want to make sure that I talked about it in this video, so if you guys decide to pick this up, you do know about this potential issue. Again, may not be one to you, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Personally, I would have enjoyed a tighter fit. As I said, that's one reason I really, really like the light version. And I did mention that in my initial review of that, because I was worried about it flexing and, you know, kind of feeling like it was gonna fall off, and it definitely didn't. And this one's not anywhere close to that, but it's a little bit loose. Anyway, all in all, it's almost identical to the one that I love for my Switch Lite. So I'm very, very happy with this. I have been using it a lot, like I said, with different grips, but I do like it. I like the fact that it's clear, you can see what's going on the back, especially if you have a limited edition, or even a skin on the back that you wanna show off. It's gonna be protected, you're still gonna be able to see it, so it works. But guys, I'm gonna have links to all this stuff below. Obviously, those are Amazon affiliate links. They help this channel, so if you use them, I do appreciate it. But guys, with all that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.